Now you can hear NumbedSkull. I apologize for that, guys. Voice meter wasn't right. Hey, everybody. Sorry about the 4-minute quiet intro. Yep, we're working. For that, guys. See, now I know we're working. I can turn that off later. No, I'm not doing it now. I hate things. Everybody, it's been a long night. I apologize for delaying the stream and everything else. If you are in here and you want yourself some bones, speak up. Speak up. I will toss everybody 500 bones tonight. Unacceptable, unsubbed. Oh, but I need my subscribers. They're so important to me. Oh, which puts me on a good note. Part of why I wanted to do a fun stream. Every subscriber is important, but there are points in a YouTuber's YouTubing, that sounds interesting, where certain people subscribing to your channel just makes you go, oh, wow, my work is that cool? Or am I just lucky? Wait, what? What am I doing right? What am I doing wrong? Do I need to fix something? Cool, I have a new subscriber that I started YouTube because of. I don't know if I should I announce my new subscriber? Somebody who is in my suggested list and has been since the day I set up my YouTube suggested list at the beginning of my channel. I have realized that most of them are now subscribed to me, and I just stopped and thought about that and went, wow, that is so cool to me. I mean, in an online world, of course, because when I walk away from the computer, it's not as cool to me because it doesn't do me any good working on things. But I went on a trip tonight because I made a phone call. We have Data, and I think Data wants something. Hi, Data. Let me assign you something fun. Well, not that I haven't done it before, but here. Have some more. It's a free giveaway night. Did it work? I think it worked. Yep, it worked. There you go. Have some bones, man. Let me throw some bones at you. So I made a phone call, and my phone call was simple. It's how much for your vehicles before interest and fees, so that I can calculate in my head if it's worth driving 48 minutes to your dealership to look at your stock. Well, it really depends on what your approval rating and this and that are. Okay, fine, you won't give me prices. I'll drive. I get halfway there, and then I'm told it's going to be a long drive. So we get there. I look around. There's a couple of cars that I'm okay with the price on. And they knocked the price down $1,200 on one of the cars I'm looking at. Okay. Call my insurance company. Insurance is cheaper than the other one we were looking at, so okay, that lines up too. Saving myself a few bucks here and there. Go inside to the office, start filling out paperwork, running it through the computer. It's, well, no, well, no, well, no, well, it's going to be this much. Oh, now it's going to be a different car. So I call my insurance company and I get the quote on the car and I walk back in, and $30 a month is a lot. $30 more than the already expended money that we're adding by adding another car so that we can both have reliable vehicles. And it was unaffordable. So I walked back in. I was like, all right, I'm tired of dicking around here. We're going home because that one's more expensive than the other car, and the insurance is more, and your interest rate is double what I was talking about. So, sorry. See you later. And then another almost hour drive home. So that is why I am late, guys. I don't have State Farm, but Bobcat, welcome to the stream. I think for the reason, no other reason than you showed up to visit me tonight, because tonight's going to be a fun night. I am going to make sure you get what everybody else gets tonight. And that's this. There you go. There you go. All the bots are running. Plus, if I did it right, let me shill my Streamlabs here. Everybody will notice I put a little tiny very faded away cup in the bottom. And it has its little Streamlabs label. Well, if you do donate, I'm not asking you to, if you do, every dollar you donate, I think I got the settings right finally. I don't know if it's going to work. But if you donate $1, you get 100 more bones. Everybody in the chat gets 10 more. And I think I don't have to do it manually anymore. Yay! So you should automatically get bones when you donate. In addition to getting bones. And I'm still playing with these features, so I don't know. When you donate any amount, there's 3 different bones that will drop in. So there's 2 different NumbedSkulls, and there's a bone that you've seen in one of my videos, and they fall into the beer mug. Ooh, that could be a good idea, Data, for like large donations. I could have fun stuff drop in the beer mug. So if you want to donate $100, I'll have a dildo drop in there. That would be fun. If you want to donate $50, I'll have a pocket pussy drop in. I have those images. I can work with them and get them in there. Is that what you guys want to see? I will be interesting like that until YouTube says no. Oh my god, if they go down 1,200, be afraid. I actually kind of knew what I was getting into, but they took the price down to an affordable, a better affordability. And when I called, the insurance was lower than the other cars I was looking at, so I was sold. The prices lined up, the monthly was just barely affordable, and the insurance came down a little, so... long story. I always have long stories. Yes. TCA says, yes, we need dildos and pussies, pocket pussies dropping from the roof into the mug. That's duly noted and will be improved upon. $50 and $100 donations will now be sex toys. I need to write that down. That's important. That's important, not impotent. 50 and 100 sex toy image. IMG. I'll remember that. We'll leave it right here on my keyboard, so if I don't type right, it's the paper's fault. All right. Foreskins and camel toes. Yay! I like camel toes. No, I didn't say that, did I? Yeah, I did. All right, so I wanna do a bone heist tonight, guys. Let me see if I can remember how to do a bone heist. Everybody should have enough to get involved, unless you gambled them away already. I'm gonna start it out at 100 because I don't know how many bones I have, and then I'm gonna figure out how many bones I have. Because I don't watch my own stream during the stream very often. Gambling is sort of illegal, but not in here, guys. Gambling's fun. It's legal in here. We're just gonna chit-chat and gamble and have a good time, and apparently add, sex toys to things that are going on here. Why not, though? Oh, let's see. So, what dollar amounts should foreskins and camel toes be? There's a good one. Writing noises. Writing noises. I'm using a Sharpie instead of a pen so you can hear it scratching the paper. That's terrible. Terrible. What do we got going on here in the chat? It did not tell me. Yeah, it did. I have 101 bones. Alright, so let's do... I forget how to get this bone heist rolling. Bone heist again. And then... I think... I'm not sure. I forget how to do it, guys. That's why we're gambling tonight. I want to play with my bots, too. Oh, but every once in a while you need to do just one of these. Well, I need to do one of these. Just mess around streams. I like doing my shows, but sometimes it's just nice to vent or just talk pointlessly for a little while about something stupid until something comes up that you know what to talk about. It's getting me better at controlling the dead air during my, let's air quote, real shows. And, well, mostly I just want to sit here and mess with the bots. I like messing with the bots. So, what do you guys think? We'll see we'll see you later, Red Feather. Oh heck, I gotta go. Be right back. Daddy, you lost. Wait, where's my bone heist? Alright, how do I start this bone heist here? Let me look at the command page as I type in another bone heist command and see what happens. Configuration, I think? I have no idea. Maybe, and then... No, okay, bank heist. Ooh, we found it. We found it, guys. Okay, so level 1 bank is the bone jar. The level 2 bank is the graves. The level 3 bank is the crypt. And the level 4 bank is the deathmaster. I don't know why. That's just what I came up with when I filled it up. Let's see. So, I have all sorts of weird things in here. The success rate on most of these is pretty good. 55% success rate on the first level. 50 on the second. 45 on the third. 27 on the fourth. Okay, well, you have a 1 in 4 chance of robbing the 4th bank. Good luck. I got fail messages. I got success messages. I got busy and cooldown. Can I set the cooldown? Because I don't like the cooldown time. And I'll modify that. Alright, so the main bone heist command is supposed to be exclamation bone heist. So I think that's how you start it, but I started it. So when does it roll? Does it like wait a certain amount of time? How do I control it from here? Let's go to this tab and see what that does. Ooh, I can do giveaways? What can I give away? Ooh, who thinks I should do a giveaway for bones? What do I give? Oh, no, this is just like an open-ended raffle. Besides, I'm giving away bones anyways. What am I supposed to do with all these bones? They keep showing up because people keep dying. I mean, time left 0. No raffle running. Poll. Ooh, I could do a poll about whether or not to do a giveaway for bones. That sounds redundant. Not right now. We could do bets in here. Ooh, we can bet on things. I went through these tabs months ago. We're doing it again. Just, I don't know. I'm bored and I wanted to have fun, guys. Oh, you know what else almost sounded fun to me? Until I actually went through and started trying to figure it out. Hey, TCA got 130. Where are my bones, bot? We are now 3 people in the heist. We can rob the bone jar. Let's go. Yay! We did it. We suffered a few losses. However, the rest of the group got away with a bag of bones. Good job, group. So you have 130 more, which means you get 30. That's a terrible payout for robbing a bank. You gotta pay 100 to... Wait, do you pay 100 to rob the bank? I forget how that works. Maybe I'm an idiot. Probably a numbskull. Probably. Let's see. What else do we got in here? Ooh, I missed some of these people. Dark Sasuke has, wow, a lot. Still on the top of my list after all that time. Trez Silverwolf is up there. Frank Rizzo. Frank, if you like watching my stream, I like having you here. You have 2,323 bones. Good job. G. Bronner. How does Nightbot have 2,000 bones? Data's got 1,930. Alenska. Are you okay, Alenska? We haven't seen you in a while. Get back to us. Cultilids, Cryptic, Daryl, Dex, Space Bitch. Oh, interesting. The Malevolent Rider. Everybody who comes in the chat earns themselves bones. For every minute you watch, you get 1. I think if you get a wrench, you get 2. I'm not sure if that works in here or if I got that working in here. I don't think I got that part working in here. Just tossing it out there. Oh, let's see. I've got a whole bunch of people here. Some weird names. People that never even talk in my chat. Awesome to have you guys here. If you do come in and watch the show, that's fine. I hope you enjoy. How long have we waited? Can we do another bone heist now? Wait. Bone heist will begin. A grave robbery plan, please. Oh, that's Skullbot. I'm going to do another bone heist. Let's see if I can do this without the amount. And then it'll request either tell us there's a cooldown time or something. I don't know. Maybe. What are you doing? All right, let's try that again. Let's add an amount. No. Maybe. Am I spelling it wrong? Things that make you go, Okay, good night. You just told everybody online good night, too. Thanks. You can go. Oh, it's been a long day. All right, what do we got going? The police is current. Okay, you know what? That's been bothering me for a while. Where is bank heist? And this is the cooldown time. The police is. I'm going to change this entirely and have some fun with it. And then we're going to try it out. And let's see. Sure, we'll go with that. Now, let's try this again. Let's try it again. I think I have 50 bones. Do I have 50 bones? By the way, guys, you can also gamble your bones away in here. I'm not sure what the odds are or how to improve them. The Grim Reaper is collecting souls. We need to wait some more time until we can start the next heist. Do you guys like that? Is that dumb? I can change that to something dumber and funny. Let's get a vote. You like that? Okay, we'll leave that. Bank heist busy. Let's see. I'm gonna add some more funny stuff because why not? Number participants, people in this heist. We can rob the bank name. Let's go. And then add. There we go. Make that one funny. Safe. The Grim Reaper is working his fingers to the bones. So we need... I like that. Alright, so I've got one for the bank heist busy, so when it starts and gives it the... I don't know why it says busy. We did it. We suffered a few losses. The Grim Reaper is collecting souls. Yes, quieter. How do I talk and say one thing and type something else currently? Currentl. Okay, that's right. I didn't get a spelling error on that. And I'll put that. We'll go with that. I'll save that. Now, let's do another bone heist. Can we do it yet? Is it going to let us? I want to do a bone heist. Let's see what it says. Maybe. NumbedSkull's planning a bone heist! Yay! Okay, so I'm going to bone heist again, just because I'm not sure what the hell. There we go. I'm in for another 50. You know what I'm going to do? Can I mess with this? Let's see. How many bones do I have? Ooh, I hear a siren outside. Interesting. Can I talk and type at the same time? You watched the stream and gathered 69 bones. Okay, so we'll add to the bone heist. We'll do that. Can you guys hear that siren? That is loud. Is there fire out back? Nope. No light behind me. Oh! But that's annoying. See, everything's going wrong tonight. That's what happens when you put a NumbedSkull in charge. Whoops. Whoops, I'm in charge of my own stream. Alright, what else can I do in here? Ooh, we need to add some ranks to people while we're waiting for this bone. Oh, my desk is falling apart on me. I need to clean my desk. It's very small. Let's see. You are a skeleton if you have 10,000 bones. Nobody has some 10,000 bones in here. Ooh, if you have 1,000 bones, you are superior. If you have 500, you're a bonehead. So I made everybody in here a bonehead. Good job, me. Red Feather, I see that response. 593 bones. Bonehead. Bonehead. Everybody in here is a regular? No. How come that's not activated? If you watch for 3 hours, you're supposed to be a regular. If you've watched my show for 100 hours, which I have to comment about, you are a boner. So, if you watch my show for 100 hours, thank you. Thank you. Really, thank you. 100 hours. That's... I can't even believe I've streamed 100 hours, except I know I for sure have streamed probably close to 200 hours, which is making me think, what the hell have I done with my life? I'm a part-time YouTuber. Oh, interesting answers. So, when you're filling out applications and credit stuff at a dealership, it's like, okay, so who's the one who works and whose credit are we running? It's like, well, don't you run the credit of the person who works? So you'd have to run hers. But just to say, my credit score is better, but I can't technically quantify any of my income right now, even though this week made almost half as much as she makes. No, I didn't. I made almost a third, I think. I'm in a regular. I'm regularly irregular or irregularly regular. I'm not sure. I'll figure it out later. We'll flip a coin. Nightbot, type in for Skullbot. They can run the credit of whoever is eligible for a loan. See, but that's the funny part. A lot of places anymore, the criteria for getting a loan are not only a good credit score. Is that my computer? I think that's my computer. Why are you so loud? What the hell? A criteria is they want to make sure the person also has a job. If your credit score is a little lower, which I tend to go to buy here, pay here. My score's not quite where I'd like it to be, but I'm getting there slowly, just diligently. Robot come radioactive. But But they did ask who was working. They prefer to run the person's name of the one who works so they know whose income to come after for the car. Okay, fair enough. But I'm the one making this incredible down payment on the car, and I'm the one with the better credit score. Shouldn't you just take my household income into account since we're married? Wow. Things have just gotten so stupid. And cars. Explain to me, first of all, another good laugh. The guy at the dealership was a moron. He turned his computer screen for me to see, to show me the payments. But stupid guy at the dealership didn't realize on the same screen in one of those little different windows, it showed exactly how much they profit for me paying all those payments, what they make in the end of the loan, how much they made off the car. And I'm looking at this amount, and I'm not bragging. This is a put me in the hole kind of thing. I got 90 bones. Yay! This is a put me in the hole kind of operation thing I got going on here. But the car, after interest with all the fees and everything, was going to be about $9,000 after 2 years of payments. And then I saw underneath that, in the next window, it said, potential profit off this car at the end of 48 months or something stupid like that, $5,500. And I stopped and went to myself, but you won't let me have the car we originally talked about, which was less, and I can't figure it out. Also, I told you straight out, you're charging me twice the same interest rate I'm paying at the other place. And then you try to swap the car out after you tried to give me a deal on the first. Like, I don't understand what you guys are doing here. You couldn't give me a price on the phone. Now you're dicking and changing shit. Dude, it just pissed me off. Oh, but how little they realized what they were doing. I walked in there with all the math in my head. I already knew what I was willing to do. I told the lady flat out the rate I was willing to pay and what was going to happen. And in the end, everything I expected happened, and I just walked out of there pissed off. Which I kind of expected. So I guess I shouldn't be so pissed about it, right? Yeah, it's one of the car dealerships that they do really well because they scam people to be able to run a certain number of credit reports and be able to do a certain amount of this. If they can tally the number they run, they can get loans and investments to buy more cars based on how many people they can get into the dealer. It proves what is it called when you get customer drive into a location? Like for you guys here, if I wanted to try and sell something, like why don't I put like a little ointment up in the corner and sell you ointment at Amazon.com and get myself like a profit percentage, right? Well, in order for me to do that, I have to be able to show Amazon that I am worth making the investment in to give people the discounts. So it's got to kind of be both ways. So for them to show that they're getting the traffic, they can use the tally of the number of credit reports. Unfortunately, most people don't realize this, and this is part of why I'm so pissed off, is I told them if I didn't qualify for non-credit options, then we didn't really want to do much. But their policy was, well, we have to run the credit first. Okay, so we pick a car, they run the credit. Anybody know what happens if you go to a car dealership and run a credit check on your credit? Anybody? You get what's known as a hard request. There's a soft request and a hard request. A soft request just checks your credit. A hard request is a request for credit information. It's not just checking, it's looking into your credit for viability. And if a bank pulls your credit for a card, or a credit card company pulls your credit to assign you a card, you get what's called a hard request. If you go into like a rent-a-center or a buy here, pay here location, or any type of rent-to-own location, most of the time they will do what's called a soft request. They will check your credit, see what your score is, make sure that you're not like a 305. and or a 405 or whatever. What does it go from 300 up? 300 to 800 or 300 to 850 or 400 to 850. Whatever the low end is, they're just trying to make sure you're not within the low 50 points, because then you're horrible risk. And they do a soft inquiry. So if you go to make your payments for a year, that inquiry won't show up if you do other requests. A hard inquiry shows up on your credit. Now you can have 2 of these and be in a good credit rating for that part of the standard. On the 3rd one, you drop into an average rating. On the 4th one, you drop into a negative rating. If you want to bring your credit score up 15, 20 points, just let all the requests drop off. I mean, seriously, just let them go. And then every request takes 2 years. A hard request takes 2 years to leave your credit. Just keep that in mind. You lost, credit score goes down. Yeah, it does. Here's a weird negative effect. And I'm trying to be happy jolly about this and not talk about the dealer, because I know Dada doesn't want to hear negative stories. He just wants to come hang out. But this is actually moderately important, because this took me a lot of studying to figure out how to bring my credit score up a couple hundred points in the last few years. Your like 6 or 7 criteria, the number of hard requests you have against your credit should ideally be at 2 or less. If you have 1, that's excellent. And if you have none, that's above average. So the best thing to do would be figure out your credit, get it set up, get the cards that you want to get, and then leave it. Do not apply for things that you don't need to. Yeah, Skullbot needs to be put in the corner somewhere. No, your credit score does not merely go down for asking what your score is. It can. Minimally, if you request a full report, it can go down about 5 points. What you want to do, ideally, is find yourself, as stupid as this is, I need to take my own advice on this part and stop using my cards, but using them helps me right now. But if you need to start building your credit, go to Capital One, order yourself a card, pay whatever the monthly or yearly fees are, cut the card in half, and put it away. The inquiry to get the card is going to cost you an inquiry. The time you have the card is going to count to your benefit. The longer you have the card and just pay that monthly benefit and don't use it isn't going to benefit you a lot, and I'll explain that in a minute. And then just kind of sit on it. Try not to use it. Having the card for a long period, payments always being on time, making sure all that stuff is done is all going to be very high on the credit report. Not pinging your credit again is very important. So again, if you're doing this, you're looking at a 3 to 5 year or longer plan depending on your income. Yes, your credit score goes down for merely asking what your credit is. The problem is, and I explained this to the people at the dealership before they started, when you go in to apply for a car or a mortgage, you do what's called a hard inquiry. Yes, and that hard inquiry sticks. It's really easy when you're comparing rates to get 3 or 4 or 5 hard inquiries. Now, if they're bundled together, if you do that, and one of them is a positive reaction, meaning you get a loan, you get an investment, you have that, they assigned you that collateral, then the rest of them, some of them might fall off easier, or they might not negatively impact your score if they're within a certain period, because you're using your credit to your advantage and the companies are actually watching for that. However, if you do a hard request and there's no positive reaction at the time of that hard request, that looks negatively, and on certain readouts of the report, it's done almost like timelined, where they can see that you requested credit and didn't get credit, and that looks negatively when you get a request and a denial. If you get a request and an approval, that looks very positive. So keep that also in mind. It's not necessarily just about the hard request, it is about the return information on that hard request. So yes, also you can get a free credit report once a year, but the reason I said that you want to get like a Capital One card is for using the Capital One card and paying the monthly fee. You can monitor, track, establish, you can check your credit trends and a whole bunch of other stuff on there that I recommend doing. I have one. It is how I have built my credit up, is with a Capital One card. So as soon as I get through another year or two, that card literally gets paid off, cut up, and goes in a box. As soon as it hits that 10-year mark, it gets cut up and goes in a box, because it is the highest credit limit I have of any other card, which is very dangerous. And if it's a high credit limit and unused, then they're going to start offering me credit left and right to get me to use it again. Now, the trick is with a credit card, people won't always tell you this, but if you do a little bit of research and find things out, and always make sure you get your payments in on time, which I understand is difficult, just make it a priority above all else. Credit cards want to be used, and if you're not using your credit, it actually doesn't help you. So ideally, when you first get the credit card, it's going to be $300 to $500. Let's say $5 to make numbers easy. What you should probably do is figure out what roughly costs you between 10 and 15% of that card. Roughly $100 to $150, let's say, a month. What costs you that? Preferably, if it's a Capital One card and you're trying to build your credit back up, preferably something at $150 a month. A phone bill would be wonderful. Pay your phone bill once a month on the credit card, and as soon as the credit card bill comes in, you pay it immediately. At $150 or $125, most credit card companies, if you make a minimum payment per month, will begin to justify your credit for you. Well, that's a lot higher than they need to be paying. They're not spending higher than they're paying. We can give them more credit and see if they'll use it. So that's how... Hey, Sora Luna, welcome. Let me assign you something. But that's how credit card companies want to look at you. If you are spending the money but aren't spending enough, they want to give you more to spend. However, I will tell you this. If you're smart, if you're really smart, you can have a maxed out credit card at all times and a bad credit score and still get more credit on your card. As funny as that sounds, why can't I spell S-O-R? There you are. And we're going to smack you with some bones. Credit Advice Theater with NumbedSkull. Yeah, I don't know why you know what? I got into credit. Like I said, I know a little bit about a few things. This is one of those things that if you do care about your credit score, and I know a lot of people are like me, where your credit score is important, but you don't think about it in your 20s, and then all of a sudden you want to do something, and you're like, what do you mean I have a 430 credit score? It's it's not going to get you anything, just so everybody knows. 430 is pretty low. Or was I at 440? I don't remember, but it was bad. I've worked on it, and I've tested the credit cards and what they like and what they don't like, and I've done the foot care next week. Why not? I know a little bit about foot care. A little bit. Very little bit. Dada, you have to at least somewhat respect some of what I'm saying. You're older like myself, and you understand the means of investing and being wise with your money and your credit. And most people know better than to use their credit. 20 uses for episode. You know, guys, you're going to give me ideas for weird shows. Your credit is fucked. I'm telling you, Dada, the suggestions I'm giving you right now and the tips I'm doing, within 5 years, your credit score will go up about 100 points. Maybe 2. If I didn't screw myself over a few times in between and have little incidents I didn't quite plan for, my credit score would be well above 7. If I didn't need another car right now, I could get my score to 7 in a couple of months. But because I need a car, it's going to go back towards 6. I'm telling you, I didn't think that things would work. I sat and read a whole bunch of stuff on credit cards. I read a whole bunch of stuff on criteria for credit scores. I got a car loan through a buy here, pay here. I established certain things that were recommended and tried to get, things lined up. And then I just kept going through with the credit card and looking at what their requirements were for things. And then I found out if you follow certain little tidbits and tricks, they're just going to keep giving you more credit if you do it right. And you don't even really have to put as much work in as I thought you did, because my plan worked tenfold better than I thought it would. My credit has just been exponentially increasing. If it weren't for the position that I found myself in, I'd be in a better spot. If I had a part-time job, or if my YouTube channel had picked up to what I feel would have been a comfortable, sustainable level, I wouldn't even care. I'd have it all taken care of. It doesn't take a lot of money to keep your credit your credit in a good spot. Haven't had a credit card for 30 years. Oh, data, I wish you good luck. Oh, wow. I bet you could still get credit, though. I bet you could still get credit. Sorry, guys. I needed a drink there. Getting a little cat mouth. So, Epsom salt next week? Am I supposed to look up Epsom salt? I might have to. I might. We'll figure out something fun. I'm doing the Shoot the Crap stream tonight, guys, because if things somehow go well between today and Friday morning, Friday night I should be somewhere within an hour of the boardwalk in New Jersey, if all goes well, after some hours of driving. And I am not going to have a cashmere robe and a corncob pipe. I don't think you know me well enough. I'm going to have a pair of boxers and a wife beater and a cigarette and a pipe. And a black Russian drink. I don't like saltwater taffy. Maybe that's because I have brittle teeth. But my kids can have some. We've allotted a few dollars to spend on the boardwalk, although I have some of the food prepared. All right. See you again in a minute, Red. Some of the food prepared, a large 5-day keep cooler, and probably enough drinks. I'm going to make some tea. We're pretty much taking the food to save probably $70 to $100 and something on food over the course of 2 days. And I'm only renting a room the one night I have a lot of driving to do. The other night I'm going to try and make the stretch on the way back. So, I mean, I've done everything I can to cut the cost on this little trip. We were trying to find a secondary option for the dealer I'm currently going through, which is a decent deal with good warranty and this and that, but they should have had the car to me days ago. So we were checking other options to just stay competitive, because that's very important if you want to improve your life. Is, hey, look, a car I can afford. Cool, I'll buy it. No. There's another car right there that looks good, that's affordable, that you can buy. And there's another one right there that looks good and is affordable. Now compare the three and which one's got the best deal. And that's how I do it. That's how I do it with everything. You compare everything you're looking at, whatever's available within your range. Freeze drinkable water in a 1-liter plastic bottle. Actually, I'm a step ahead of you, Data, and I've got a cool trick, if nobody knows it, to divert the topic away from credit and cars. I drink bottled distilled water. Is it distilled? Whatever it is. It's the bottled water that's not just spring water. And when you stick them in the freezer, if you stick them in gently and you don't bother the freezer for a couple of days, and then you take the bottles out and you tap them on the counter or whatever, and then put them in the cooler, they insta-freeze It's freaking fun. My kids and I do it all the time. It's not deionized. It's drinking water. I'm trying to think. Oh, I got one right in front of me. What's this called? Purified water. I drink a lot of this because it tastes better than spring water, which sometimes tastes like dirt to me. So, purified water, you stick it in the freezer, and apparently inside the purified water, because it's purified, there's nothing in the water. Now, when water freezes, the reason that most water freezes, and you see those cool little arches and the spikes coming out of where the freeze point started, is because water starts by freezing off an element or a particle that's within the water, dust or debris or something that's in the water. Now, interesting thing about purified water is there's nothing in the water. So, if you stick it in the freezer and close the door, in order for that bottled water to turn to ice, it needs to have something to crystallize from, or it cannot turn to ice. Okay, so, a couple days later, very carefully, you open that freezer door, you carefully grab that bottle of water, and it is still a bottle of water. Beat your hand on the bottom of the bottle. Should I illustrate? You're going to take it out. It's going to be a bottle of water. If you shake it, or if you pop your hand on the bottom and stare, from the bottom of the bottle all the way up to the top, you will watch the entire bottle turn into a block of ice. My kids absolutely love this trick in the summer because when you do it, if you freeze a bottle of water and you let it sit in there and it turns into an ice block, that bottle of water out in the sun is going to take a couple hours to remelt and be drinkable. However, if you do it with the purified water and you take the bottle of water out of the freezer after a day or two, you beat the bottom and you set it in the car, when you crack the top, there's a little bit of pressure to it, and some of the water is still water because it crystallized so quickly there wasn't room for the water to expand, so it can't turn completely into ice. So when you open the bottle on a hot day, you have a bottle of ice water that's not a solid block of ice. This is a fun trick I learned a couple years ago watching YouTube channels and cool experiments, and my kids and I thought it was one of the coolest summer tricks to do. So like I said, I don't like spring water, so we only buy the purified bottles. And every time we buy a case, I try to carefully put a few in the freezer and leave them there. And then on a hot day, when you want a cold water that's like ice water, hey, how you doing, I'm the shit, man? But you want a cold water that's like ice water, you just pull it out and you pop it on something. And then as soon as it's done crystallizing, you pull the lid off. If you have kids, they will love this trick. It is wonderful. I am 35 years old and I still think this trick is cool. And because we have a new arrival late to the show, although the show was late, I am looking, as soon as I get through a reliable vehicle data, I have talked to another friend about investing a few $100s into a couple of vehicles and helping me fix them. I know a guy down the road who does body work, and I have all the tools and do mechanical. So if I can find a couple of cheap cars, we can actually sell them across the road at the laundromat. Angry. How much of your name do I have to spell out? Oh, I forgot the word the. The. There you are. And he gets some bones. And she gets some bones. And they get some bones. And Z gets some bones. And Zer gets some bones. I am not getting a driverless vehicle. Although my vehicles look driverless when I'm sitting on the door frame with my hands out the window, driving with one foot and pedaling with the other. It's fun. Don't do it. It's dangerous. I was 18. It was great. Don't do it. If you fall out of the car and the car drives you over, it's not my fault. Give who a wrench? Who needs a wrench? Wait, what? Give Sora a wrench. Where is she? It's a good day for a wrenching. It's a good day for a wrenching. Alright. Only because there's not a lot of people here. Shh, don't tell anyone. Alright, now I gotta get back to live chat. In Russia, car drives you. In Russia, vodka drive you, you drive car drive wall. John Doe, welcome to the chat before it's over. Hey, do you know how to gamble? I hope you know how to gamble. We haven't done a bone heist in how long? I think it's ready for another one. Who wants to start this one, or am I? John. 500 bones for you. And because I'm a nice guy, bam. More bones to come. That doesn't happen often where I wrench the people that show up to my chat. I think it happens like every couple of months. Because I have a rule. Heard my name while getting coffee. Thank you for the wrench. XOXO. You're very welcome. Made in the USA, most likely. Made in the USA. I'm singing terrible tonight. That sounded horrible through my headset. I have 206 by default in my body. Well, I just added 500, so now you're 250% better than you were. Almost. Within reason. There's some variances there that we have to allot for. Okay, so Sora Luna. Interesting. Was it? I think it was you that sent me the message in Discord, and wow. I say weird. Data. This one? This is an easy read. Like, I've only put 45 minutes to an hour worth of time in here, plus a few videos that I've watched. Actually, I think I watched them all. Maybe I still just put in barely over an hour looking at this whole topic. The Numbed Wasteland has some information and some links maybe you want to check out and dig into and see what you've heard of. But to slim it down, apparently in the late 1800s, an area in Europe went without sun for a few days. There was a volcanic eruption or something. They can't I don't know if I have the full details. I tried to skim read the articles that were relevant to the search criteria. It also happened in Canada in the late 1800s or early 1900s. A volcano erupted, and the ash that spewed from the volcano mixed in with the clouds and caused the sky during the day for a couple of days to go dark, making it feel like it was night during the day. So there's an account on Twitter that apparently is called The Sun Vanished, and it is weird. I'm so sorry if I missed any questions. My stream is buffering, so I'm missing chunks. Oh, I'm sorry if is that on me? Am I putting out too much data right now? Data. I didn't open my soundboard, so I wouldn't have to waste processor right now. I'm working on some fixes for my computer since I won't be here, or I won't be live till Monday, so I have a few days to hopefully get some stuff tweaked. Better than blowing chunks. That's true. Alright, so The Sun Vanished. This is an account based on the sun disappearing. However, on the second or third day of the account, there's a blue sky picture. Also something I noticed. If you dig through the accounts, and oh, did I. There's a lot of videos. All the videos take place at night. I do want to say that a couple of side videos commenting on this did note, and I noticed it would be very hard to do some of the video editing that would have been needed to make these videos. So, okay, fair enough. However, my mind is working on like 9 other ways that half of these videos were done that don't require a whole lot of editing, just require preparation. And they obviously have time. There's 3 of them, or there's one of them running 3 accounts. 4 accounts. 2 separate accounts linked to the Sun, or whatever the hell the name of the account was. the Sun account. There's two accounts linked to that account. One's supposed to be some sort of survival channel. One is somebody that's supposedly linked up with him during the process of this whole investment. It started in May, I want to say, a couple of months ago, and it's still running. Now, on one of the side channels, one of the videos associated on one of the side Twitter channels, if you go through the whole thing, links to a sign that I want to say is North European, maybe out towards Russia, Czech territory. I'm not very good with languages. However, English was second, so I'm going to say somewhere near or around Europe. I want to say a lot of Russian towns and areas. They'll have English, but it'll be third or fourth. I'm not entirely sure. I'll have to look into that. It didn't seem too horribly important, just something I noted. End of April. Oh, yeah, that's right. It was end of April, and then the first real post started showing up like in May. And then he disappeared for a couple of weeks with a guy in a car with a gun. I tried like how the screenshot, I can get half of 2 letters off the license plate. I want to say it was in Ohio. It looked like a Charger, but it also could have been a newer Mustang because I couldn't get a decal off the car either. I was so tempted to look it up. It is a sport car. It is probably in the $50,000, $60,000 range, judging by the connections and stuff inside. Something I noted in my flash through, because this caught my attention on the dash. I thought I saw a radio station ID number, but instead it was the time. Now, the time. Of course it's the Russians. The time. On the time in the car. Dewey, it's not a pick. It's not a pick. It might have been a Challenger. Admittedly, some of these new cars, the features are close. I'd actually have to see what does the car look like turned on at night. To theposttimes.com, medieval woodcut seems to describe the battle over Newensburg, Germany. Oh, you're gonna give me another research? Okay, I'll research that one tonight and tomorrow. Sure, he's gonna get he's left and his battery is dead. Yeah, okay. So here's my thought. In the 1970s, some computer programmers admitted that they were highly intelligent and bored and had some spare time. And in their spare time, they decided that, once every so often they were going to get in a car and drive for like 3 or 4 hours and find this field somewhere. And they were going to pull out this string and this log, and they were going to do these mathematically symmetrical designs in the field. Does anybody know what I'm talking about? Okay, so knowing this about history, crop circles, gee. Everybody's heard this story about the programmers and mathematicians who used to make these groups and go do these crop circles. It was 2 old guys in England. That's probably the story I'm thinking of then. But they used to go find places to do these crop circles, and what they'd do is they'd come up with these equations and computations, and this is how they'd measure the circle out. And then they'd drag this log with rope at each end across these circles and create them, and then just leave. And they'd have to do this in precise time, so they'd have it calculated out exactly how to do it, and then they just gone. And then, crop circle appeared overnight. There was nobody in the field, and all of a sudden the field is laid flat. How did this happen? Okay, now we know. So now we're looking at an account where somebody's feigning as in acting that the sun has gone away, which can be semi-realistic. This is cool. This is like radio times when War of the Worlds was read aloud on the radio for everybody, creating some hysteria. But this is the internet, so the hysteria is going to be a little different. There's the believers, there's the followers, and there's the critics. One thing you notice on all of the accounts is there's only 2 followers on any of them. That's something to note. Another thing, back to the car. in the car where I thought it would have been a radio station. It wasn't a radio station. This is on, correct me if I'm wrong, Sora. This is from memory. On June 19th at 11:29 p.m. that this car incident happened before they thought he disappeared. Now, why is this important? Well, this is important because the first thing that I caught is most of the tweets that include any pictures of the night include the night somewhere near or around my time zone. So I'm assuming somebody, if in America, is in the southeastern continent, probably in farmland area, judging by the video sweep of the car. Also, the heavily wooded areas, you won't find a lot of those without a lot of light unless you're near a city, which a couple of the videos and images kind of relate to. So I'm thinking smaller suburban area, southeastern United States, Virginia, Carolinas, Tennessee, maybe somewhere in there. 69 degrees at 11 o'clock on June 19th. You're in a between 33 and 20 degree latitude somewhere in the world, because 70 degrees at midnight in June, no coolness. You've got to be somewhere where you're not getting cool fronts coming in at night. So the Northeast or any northern part of the country is kind of out. You go too far south and overnight temperatures, data, you'll confirm this, stay up in the 80s, sometimes higher some nights. Nighttime temperatures around 69. You're looking for farming area. You're looking for something inland without a whole lot of drastic temperature changes. Mild. Also, nighttime, dark. Just throwing that out there. Bone heist is bullshit. No, you gotta do something like that. I think. I don't even know if I have enough bones to do a bone heist. Yes, I do. Yay! We'll do another bone heist. Which bank are we on now? What was I talking about? I was talking about where is moonshade warmer than moonlight? That's a good question. That's a good question. I don't honestly know, because I would think moonshade would be warmer than moonlight, because in order to get moonshade, it would have to be during a a lunar eclipse? No, a solar eclipse, where the moon passes between the sun and the earth. And for that to happen, it would be during the day, which would be warmer than the moon being shining down, because the moon shining down doesn't actually offer warmth, being it's only shining a projection of the light being projected on it. How about the missing oceans lately? Missing oceans? Data! You're gonna have to tell me what missing oceans. Is the Red Sea green now? In fact, didn't I hear that, was it Florida? There's a state in the south, there are a couple states in the south that are experiencing real problems with algae on the coastal shores right now. Because of the high heat and humidity and extended growth season, the algae is getting larger and larger during the summer periods each year. When the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie, that's alright. Water is disappearing from places water should be. Well, water should be in a lot of places. Isn't it only like 80-something%? Or not only. Isn't it something like 80-something% of the water on the planet is not drinkable? Leaving, I think it was 13-point-something% of the water on the planet which is drinkable, making it actual commodity on the planet. So is it drinkable or non-drinkable? Beaches drying up. Well, that's kind of odd. Beaches drying up at the same time as global warming is causing beaches to rise. How does that work? It's not just algae, it's red algae, which is natural, but the oil spills have increased the concentration. Oh, that's what it was. I know there's some algae. Maybe I'm thinking in, somewhere out in Asia or Europe or something. At this time of year, the algae blooms, and it smells like a rotting No, that's a plant that blooms and smells like a rotting carcass, and that's in August. There's an algae somewhere that has a horrible smell. I want to say it's one of the coastal areas down the United States. Tar balls. Uh, it's the algae that is poisonous. You can't eat raw shellfish. Oh. Oh, well, damn. I like shellfish. Well, that sucks. Don't eat algae shellfish. They're bad for you. Duly noted. I actually, it's weird. I'm going to see the ocean if all goes well. Fingers crossed. All that other BS. I'm going to see the ocean in a couple of days, but every time I go to the ocean, and I've been to the Atlantic and the Pacific, from Atlantic to Pacific, no, the traffic's not terrific. When I step foot in the water, my skin almost absorbs the salt water, and it takes a couple of days to get the swelling down. I don't know what it is. Like, I can soak my foot in salt water to get swelling down if it's like Epsom salt or something. But if I walk into the ocean, my joints, like if I stick my hands in there, they swell. So I really only put my feet in the water. But my feet will swell up. I can't wear shoes after I've walked in the ocean. I don't know what it is. Worse on the northern coast of the eastern shore than anywhere else. But the salt, the higher the salt seems to be in the water, the worse off I am if I go in. So I can only put my feet in the water, and only for a short period. It is slightly excruciating. Especially if you gotta tie your shoes and you're trying to get a swollen foot in a shoe. I don't understand it, and I've never really cared, but I should ask somebody one day why my foot swells up when I'm in the ocean. Hey, just out of curiosity, when I put my feet in the Atlantic Ocean, they swell up like 50%. Is there a reason they do that? Please leave the answer in the comments below. That way I don't have to call the doctor. Twitter statuses. What do you have here for me? Oh, and it's not going to let me click it on that page. Open a new tab. Let's take a look data, because it's a Twitter status link. Is this "the sky has fallen" scam likely? Long Island, Bahamas. Where's the ocean? And there's a video with audio.
I've been checking it.
Your audio sucks, dude. Oh. Oh, wow.
Look at the conchs.
Wow, there's a... I can't show this to you because of my settings, guys, but... Wow. Oh. Look at that. There's a conch shell.
Slide conch in there.
Yes, conch in y'all. Pick up the conch in y'all. Blow the conch. Conch in y'all. And I'm making fun for no good reason. That is crazy. Now, this is Long Island and Bahamas, right? Dare I open Google Earth?
You'll need to unlock your iPhone first.
You'll need to stop being a pain in the ass first. Open Google Earth. Isn't the Bahamas... Now, I'm not very good at this, admittedly, after watching several videos last week of other people who do not know their geography real well. But Long Island is New York City. Bahamas is southern. So let's let's search Bahamas. Where is the Bahamas versus the volcano in Hawaii? Hawaii's over on the west coast, isn't it? Or am I really that bad? The Bahamas is... Oh, look, it's near Miami. Data! I'm looking at your home right now. It's really, really small. I don't know where it is. I just know it's in that really, really small dot. Vietnam, Europe, South America. Miami. I see Miami. It says Miami. There's a really tiny dot. I'm waving at you from here. See, now, I can almost understand, like, tidal back wave, but, and coastal lines that can be drastic depending on the deposition quality of the sediment, like in an area like that. If the land is very level, and let's say the coastline is 60 feet from dry to ocean, and the levelness is at like 1 degree, then a draw out to the ocean could be, 50 to 100 feet of ocean draw, whereas a tidal, or I forget what it's called, the ebb something of the tides bring the water in. No, numbness has been happening all over the world. Bahamas is near the mamas. The Bahamas mamas. Bahama mama. This is a newer Mustang, That's a newer Mustang. Oh, you found the video, did you? Oh, see? Yeah, that's what happens when Is that the new Mustang? Why is it blue on the inside? You should be able to choose what color your interior color is. You should be able to change it. That way I can turn on my chroma key coloring in the car, and I'll turn red and then green. And I'm going on a tangent. Alright, so where is the volcano? Is that also down there in the Bahamas? Now, here's an awful thought about this. In addition to level sedimentary plain where the ocean ebb and tide is going to change based on the level of the plain where the water is receding. Now, in addition to that, you have an area, maybe I'm wrong about it being in the Bahamas, but you have an area near Hawaii. I want to say Hawaii is over here. I'm an idiot. I have no idea where on Google Earth is Hawaii. 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 You're appropriating. See, I was very close. Oh, I was nowhere the fuck near it. No, I wasn't. Wow, that's a lot farther out than I thought it was. Wow. You learn. Boy, I'm a numbskull. Hawaii is mid-Pacific Ocean. I see that now. That's a newer... I read that one already. I have an old Mustang. But that's another topic for another day. How would they be receding water so quickly? Not especially if... sinkholes in the bottom of the ocean. Hollow Earth. I win. Also, keep in mind the Earth isn't a perfect sphere and changes shape, which could also affect tide levels. That is very true. Here is an odd thought. We encounter different waves, different gravitational polarities, speeds, and everything. Minor changes could result in effects that we see. The water being gravitationally pulled too hard by the moon. Now, I forget. Is the moon getting closer or farther away? I forget. It's like every 100 years it's moving 3-point-something centimeters away from us per... I forget. It's stupid. I'm not going to call out numbers. The moon is moving, I think, away from us. So that could affect it, but that would affect it by offering less gravitational resistance or less gravitational pull on the tides, wouldn't it? Or is the moon crashing closer and closer to us? Because if the moon is coming closer to us, then that would explain for higher ebbs, which is the pull of the tide going out to the ocean. Is the moon getting closer to Earth or farther away? I don't know.
Here's what I found on the web for is the moon getting closer to Earth or farther away?
Why the moon is getting farther away from Earth, BBC News. Is the moon moving away from the Earth? When was this discovered? The moon is getting closer to Earth. Who says it is further? Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Wow. Talk about some conflicting arguments here. We got 2011, 2015, and February 2018 from I don't trust you because I don't like that name. CuriousAstroCornell.edu. Okay. That's a college. I'll look at a college site. You can't tell me the moon is a man, a woman, or a zerd. The moon orbit, its circular path around the Earth is indeed getting larger at a rate of about 3.8 centimeters per year. See? I said 100 years, but I got the centimeters part close. The moon orbit, just like the Earth, is not perfect. That's true. However, apparently we're losing our gravitational pull on the moon as it makes its orbit around us over time. So, if every year we lose 3.8 centimeters, the moon's orbit has a radius of 384,000 kilometers. I wouldn't say that the moon is getting closer to the sun specifically, though it is getting farther from Earth. So when it's in the... I need my glasses, and they're not here at my desk. Yes, they are. Glasses. Old man. The reason the moon increases raises the tides of the Earth because the side of the Earth that faces the moon is closer. It feels a stronger pull of gravity than the center of the Earth. Similarly, the part of the Earth facing away from the moon feels less gravity than the center of the Earth. The effect stretches the Earth a bit, making it a bit oblong. We call the parts of the stick the tidal bulges. The actual solid body of the Earth is distorted a few centimeters, but the most noticeable effects of the tide raised on the ocean. Now all masses exert a gravitational force, and the tidal bulge of the Earth exert a gravitational pull on the moon because the Earth rotates faster only once every 24 hours and the moon orbits every 27.3 days. The bulge tries to speed up the moon, and it pulls ahead of its orbit. The moon is also pulling back on the tidal bulge of the Earth, slowing the Earth's rotation. Tidal friction caused by the movement of the tidal bulge around the Earth takes energy out of the Earth and puts it in the moon's orbit, making the moon's orbit bigger. I think I've read this report before. This seems familiar. This is the one from 2015. 2014, a Ford Mustang, I believe, in the backlight. Buttons, etc. can be changed to different colors, RGB stuff. However, did you know that it was the 1996 Ford Mustang that began the vertical 3-light cylinder? What is the Lurk Squad? Psycho Fire, welcome to the chat. Would you like a bone? I forget what word to type. No, oh, damn it. I'm doing that wrong. Let me do it up here. Psycho Fire, hopefully you're still there. And SYK. No. Damn it, that didn't work. I did that wrong. And I'm going to smack you with 500 bones. That should work. Alright. Where were we? Earth's rotation of the moon and a Mustang. So, question being, were they possibly wrong about the moon? If the moon is getting closer, it would increase the ebbs and tides of the pulling of the water. Also, an earthquake with a tsunami on one side of the Earth may affect the tides on the other side of the Earth weeks after. Obviously, because water takes time to complete motion. This is an interesting phenomenon. I'm going to have to look into the water's data. Maybe we'll do that for the next show. We're gonna start creating a list of how our shows are going to be lined up, and then we can do intros for the following weeks. So we have another week to set that all up. How many times have we robbed the bank? I think it may be time to do it one more time before we call it a night, because I've gone... Not only am I later than I expected to, but I've gone longer than I expected to, even without running late. But running late makes it even later. Did I just spell that wrong? I did. I want to bonehead it. Bonehead it. Bone heist. Did I spell that right this time? Yes. 100. I don't even know if I have 100 bones. I don't get bones for watching my own stream. I don't think I can reward myself bones either. I have to just like go in and program an extra 100 bones here and there when I get bored. I haven't added any commands tonight. That's alright. It was all supposed to be about gambling. I was coming here to gamble. Is it going to work? Did I not type it right again? Am I being a numbskull? No, I'm not. The bot just doesn't like me. Worst gambling ever. You can gamble all you want, John Doe. You can throw bones. Exclamation, throw bones, space, number, and gamble as many as you want. It's not my fault if they all disappear. I gave you an entry fee of 500 to gamble 500 away. What you do with those 500 is on you. Oh, and that a won. So the next 6 people might be losers. Or the next 1 person, and then 2 people after that will be winners. I can't figure out the bot yet. The randomization is slightly more random. Let's see what else I can find. Did I? Yes, I did explain. I fixed that Streamlab link. So that ought to be fun. And I wrote a note. I have to add dildos and pocket pussies, foreskin, and camel toes to the donation list. And we will have ourselves some fun images to drop into the beer mug. Any other special requests? Of course I lost. I wouldn't be a dead guy on a slab in the morgue if I won. Okay, let's see. Bearded clams. Bearded clams. I always... You know what, Dada? I'm not the only one that thought clams was better than camel toe. Camel toe. Now I'm having a hard time talking. I know it's time to get finished. John Doe, I don't know how the bot works. It's like, I want to say it's like 2 in every 6 or 2 in every 7 is winners. So it does this weird rotation where 1 will win, and then the next 2 will lose, then 1 will win, then 3 will lose, then 2 will win, or something weird. However, for the benefit of the chat and the downfall of the bots, if you don't think you're going to win, you can have somebody gamble for you. So if you type the word gamble, the bot will take the potential loss for you. However, if you have the bot gamble and the bot wins, the bot keeps the bones. But there's multiple ways to gamble in here. So if you think you know the numbers, you can make the bot gamble when you think you're going to lose, and then you can gamble when you think you're going to win. But it's still a gamble because you don't know if you're going to get the timing right. Numbed love his camel toe. Oh yes, I do love to play with the camel toe. Oh yes. I can't do the lady's voice on that. Yes, I do. Oh yes, I play with the camel toe. Camel toe would make a good meme. Awesome. We're gonna meme NumbedSkull. Wait, if I turn my face, does that look like it? Never mind, everybody. Thank you. It's been an awesome show. You guys are wonderful. Enjoy your bones. Don't play with them. You might hurt them. No, red marks, spots might mean rashes. Keep in mind that there are buttons that you can show. I always forget that shoots fire when I turn it on. You can show your love, your hate, your satisfaction, your dissatisfaction. Something, maybe your happiness, your voting with bones, or however, whatever you wish to do with those buttons on your way out, guys. You do what suits you for today. And we'll see what happens with the rest of the week, I suppose. Thank you, folks. It has been an awesome night. I hope you guys all enjoyed the fun we have. And Psycho Fire, you'll have a bone when you come, or you'll have a bone. You'll have a wrench when you come back. See you later, guys.